feel it. You feel it in the air. You're present. You're very present. And with that, I want to share with you something. Unfortunately, because of this scaffolding, it's right at the center of where we usually can stand and experience it. At the center of that map of the diaspora, there's a circle where those who constructed this memorial had put something in without telling everybody until the grand unveiling. And what it is, you're supposed to stand at the center of the circle. You say something out into the air, and whatever you say reverberates back into your ears. So it's a beautiful acoustic effect that you can experience as you stand there. The whole point of it is that now you are literally at the center of the story. You are brought into the center of the universe. You are now connected to the story of the 10 to 12 million that was stolen, the 5 million that didn't even make the journey, and the abolitionists. You are right at the center. And there's this epitaph that I want us to see for all those who were lost, for all those who were stolen, for all those who were left behind, for all those who were not forgotten. This is in honor of them. 1991, they were discovered, and they are here to teach us. The very powerful symbol that we have to, in remembrance of this, is that symbol over there. That symbol is from Ghana. It's called the Sankofa symbol, Sankofa. And the Sankofa symbol is this. Two ways in which it's defined. To know your past, to understand your present, and to know your past, to prepare for your future. And I oftentimes remind myself, and I share with others, live in the spirit of the Sankofa. There is great power in these stories. These stories that, although they're difficult and challenging for us to confront, it reminds us, it's like, it's our story. It's our human story, good or bad. When you're in the center, if you imagine yourself in the center of that circle, regardless, it's like, it's our story, it's a human story. We have to reclaim it. Because thus far the story has always been about blame and shame, and it's been about victims, victimizers, and those narratives keep us divided and conquered. They only serve the powers that be. They never serve us. And it's very important for us to understand that in reclaiming the story, what we're doing is actually putting ourselves on the path to healing something that was never healed, healing something that is ever present in people's minds. I'd like to share with you, even after the Civil War, do we literally think that after 2.5 centuries of a system of enslavement that everyone was going to be okay? Absolutely not. You can change any paper you want, you can adapt any paper you want, but you know what? If the poison was placed in the mind and the poison wasn't extracted from the mind, it's never going to leave the mind. And that's something that we have to really understand, to truly understand the story of what has happened. Because a lot of times among communities of color, what we say, enslavement never ended, it just evolved. And that's the thing that's really important to understand. Because after the system of enslavement ended, right? Let me tell you, the 13th Amendment, there's a little clause in the 13th Amendment that I think is very important for us to understand how this has been exploited by many. Because the 13th Amendment reads here, 13th Amendment abolishes slavery in the United States and provides that neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime. So begins the new chapter of the system of enslavement and how it evolved, where now the African American is seen as the person to be criminalized. This is very important. I want to show you an image that I got once that I said, oh my gosh, this image is so powerful. This is before the Civil War. This is the image that I think is important for us to see. See, this is Uncle Remus. This was pre-Civil War. This is Uncle Remus, kind old man. I trust him. I trust him with my children. He's wise. He's somebody that, he's our confidant in so many ways. This is before the Civil War. This was the propaganda at the time, the stories at the time. Now, after Civil War, guess what? Now that freedom came and now they're saying they're equal to you, guess what? The propaganda will now start the new chapter. As I mentioned, the criminalization. This is propaganda from the late 1900s, early 20th century. This is what we see. It reads, what does it read? Around blacks never relax. And over here, the demonization. You notice that at the center, what this is, it's the voting box. The voting box. The power of the vote. And for those, some people sometimes don't know that once you are sent to jail, you lose your rights. You lose your rights. So this new chapter would be birthed. And little did people know, as the number of people of African Americans were being jailed, particularly in the South and other areas, people were saying, oh, well, we should not give them their freedom. We should not have given them their freedom. And those statistics, what they didn't reflect was the fact that most of the people were being sent to jail. A lot of them were children. And a lot of them were being sent to jail because they didn't have a job, because they laughed in front of a white woman, because they looked at somebody the wrong way, because they were accused of owing a debt when they really didn't have that debt. Everything would go back into place. The next chapter, the Jim Crow era, where we would have to fight until the Civil Rights era, and still it continues, for the right to be not judged, not being told that you're an animal. This is what I want you to see. This is from Civil Rights era. This is one of the strikes that they had, protesting, and you see what that sign says? This is basically what that sign says. I am a man. I'm not subhuman. I am somebody. And this is what we're working to change, to heal this idea. The poison is still in the mind. If we don't do anything about the poison, then we are in trouble. And how it impacts us collectively and individually, because I want to show you this image. See this? This is Sammy Sosa. I'm Dominican, so he's also a Dominican man. This is Sammy Sosa. Sammy Sosa was a very famous baseball player for the Cubs in Chicago. You notice that he bleached his skin and he's wearing blue contacts. This is something that is a very common practice. I'm going to show you Lil Kim. Same thing. Bleach your skin and she's wearing contacts. Because what a lot of people don't realize that still many parts of the world, wherever the imperial seed, that ideology, that diabolical ideology landed, this is the mindset of the people. I am less than, regardless of how much I make and what I succeed, I will never have value because of the color of my skin. And this is what we're hoping will change for future generations. The poison needs to be extracted from the mind so that way we can move forward as societies, collectively, for a better future. Not just for the few, but for all. So I hope that you are encouraged, and I invite you to please live in the spirit of the Sankofa, because there is so much work to be done. But I am a glass is half full kind of woman, and I feel, yes, we can do it. But first, more than anything, we need to confront the past in order to prepare for a better future in the spirit of the Sankofa. And it is with that I thank you for your time, your patience, your attention. For me, it is always an honor to be able to share this story with you. May you share and shed your light on the world. There is much need. Thank you so much, everybody. God bless you so much. Thank you so much. I feel if you had an excellent time, please go to tripadvisor.com and say you had an excellent time. My name is Ludie, Ludie. Those TripAdvisors really help. The more people read it, the more we have people coming on our journeys. All right, everybody? Godspeed to you. May you always be blessed, you and your family, always. And always feel at home in New York. Mi casa es su casa. My home is your home. All right? And if you want to get back, over here is Broadway to the left. If you turn, you walk, and then get to Fulton Street. There's a lot of trains from that area. You can find it at Fulton Street. Otherwise, East Side trains over here, the City Hall station, the Green Line is on this side. Thank you so much, everybody. Godspeed to you all. Thank you. It's a blessing. Oh, can I help you? Yeah.
I'd like to see you again.
Oh, let me give you my information. Yeah, let me give you my information. Yeah. How long are you here?
Well, flying to Florida. You were talking about how you vacation after spending your whole time in New York. Flying to Florida.
You're flying to Florida? Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
Cool. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful rest of your trip. Enjoy. It was a pleasure meeting and talking. Oh, it's a pleasure. Oh my gosh. And I'm gonna give you the email. Okay, good.
Sorry.
Thank you so much. Okay, write down my email and I'll give you a reading list, okay? I'll give a reading list. Bye, guys. Have a great rest of your time. God bless you. Bye. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you. Oh, my gosh. May I have one moment? Thank you. Oh. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless you. I love your hair. God bless you.
you.
Thank you so much. Really?
Yeah, you just ended it because this was the last thing I was coming on. And you could hear the rest of the story. And I had to go back and reflect again.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, dear. Have a blessed day.
You
Thank
too.
you. Bye. Oh my goodness. Okay, my email is LRMINAYA @yahoo.com. Yahoo.com. LRMINAYA @yahoo.com. Okay? And it's Ludie, Ludie. And if you have any questions or whatever, don't hesitate. Get in touch with me. I will do the best I can to lead you, to give you any information.
What's the name of the tour? I kind of just crashed in a little bit, so thanks for
York.
letting me crash.
New York, Slavery and the Underground Railroad.
Okay. You said they were West African? So I did a DNA test. I actually found I was like 98% West African. So what other DNA you said was in the...
Oh, it's over here, all represented. Christian, like everything. Right over here, those are the symbols of all the cultures that are represented. Predominantly West Africa. But you also see from indigenous, it's incredible. It's incredible. That's
like everything.
it's
So pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks
You're
so much.
welcome. God bless. Bye.
Bye.